Hello everyone and welcome to my video. I am Boomkin and this is from the game SkySaga in Alpha Stage 3. Now what I'll be doing is taking you on a tour throughout my home island that I built and kind of describing it and talking about it as best I can, what my vision was, and generally just rambling on and on and on. So with this in mind, I will now begin rambling. So much rambling. So here we are, this is the start, this is where you port in when you join my home island. It's completely enclosed, it's just lit up by candlelight, and there's only one way to go, and this is the way you go. So you go from there through to here, which is a splendid bridge in complete darkness. You've got tapestries on either side, they kind of look nice, but generally it's complete darkness with an end. And you'll notice at the end it's kind of a bright with the portal and it draws you in, and you kind of want to get there more and more and it builds kind of suspense. And as you go towards the portal, you come around the corner, it's very bright, it's very kind of vibrant with the colours from the canopies and little market stalls, which is what the theme I went for here. It's kind of a marketplace. You imagine like with Stargate, where in some episodes you have the markets all centred around the Stargate. Well, this is the same thing with the portal room, at least where I went with anyway. That was the theme for that, for this whole room. As you can see here, some of the pictures of the upper levels that you don't cover quite here, but I found that a lot of players actually wandered into that room where the market was and generally were like, how do I get out? And they didn't notice that these side doors were here. Their first instinct was to go towards the light, which is good because that's what I wanted. I'm glad it kind of panned out that way. So yes, as you see, you go up here, it's very identical to either side. I tend to mirror a lot of my creations. You'll find that generally it's very symmetrical if you look at it from one way, as you'll see a bit later on. Except for this building is not symmetrical at all. It's very different, but this is kind of an inn tavern as you see there. You've got kind of a bar, and you've got an upstairs and a downstairs. Downstairs here, we've got kind of like a party or a feasting area. It's got the little bunting here and there. It's got a fire in the corner, tables, chairs, plates. You know, somewhere you generally sit down and eat. You got the light source here, which we'll come back to later. You got down below the cellar here with the barrels, the boxes, chandeliers. Chandeliers. Yeah, that was it. It's a very standard cellar, so there's not much to say about that. And there's an upstairs bit now, which I'll cut to with pictures, because the video didn't run up there. As you see up here, it's very kind of standard. You got your bed, your chest, your shelf to put stuff on. Very similar to bear rug there. Bear rugs are very important. I like bear rugs. Bear rugs are pretty damn good. So anyway, we come along here on the outside. This is kind of raised above that central bit where you saw with the canopies, which I thought was important because it kind of gave it a bit more like bulk and kind of feel. These are some of the other creations which we'll come to in a second. Don't worry about that. We'll go to this one first, which is kind of like a twin spire of purple pillars. Now you notice the thing we're walking under there kind of had a clock tower feel to it, which took a lot of time to figure out, but I got there in the end and I thought it was good. This is one of the other rooms. You can see it. I kind of went for a theatre kind of look about it. I spent a lot of time with some invaluable help from some other people arranging the desk. You can see here it's like a play set. Previously there was some concession stands on the sides. Here you got the dressing room, or the would-be dressing room for the actors. Storage area for all the props. Using the tapestries there to kind of make makeshift curtains. The central path there is very important as well. I know the way I talk, it's like, oh my god, it's amazing. But I spend a lot of time in working out what things are and what they should be. Like this room here is more of a relaxation room. Those chain links there are rose iron, they took a lot of resources. And another bear rug there. Bear rugs, can't forget about them. Very key, very important. There's some other rooms as well, but we'll... oh, okay. Yeah, these are the twin spires I talk about. Now you can get to the top of one of these to see kind of an overview on the whole island, but I didn't go up there. You'll see some pictures of it at the very end, but generally there's nothing there. I thought about building something there, but at the end I thought, nah, no point. So you got here, which is the kind of relaxation balcony with a fire pit there. You know, where you chill outside, you know, drink some beers, or if you're a bit young, maybe some lemonade. These are the pictures from the side rooms I weren't covered. They're just simple, kind of like little rooms that you might spend a day in or whatever, you know. Yeah, there's no real purpose in that. They were small little rooms that I'd like to create and decorate a bit and flesh out a bit. I like them anyway. So that's the entrance bit again with the clock tower above. There'll be some pictures of that more close up if you want. Now on the right there you'll see the lot of gold chains, so many gold chains, and it's kind of where I basically set up shop and where I kind of lived. There's different layers to it which we'll come to probably in a minute, but we'll look at this thing first. This is kind of just a very simple monolith kind of obelisk kind of feel about it. And if you notice, it was very colourful and striped. I kind of like the idea because the sunlight really brings out the colours in things. It's very cool. And those are the pillars, sandstone pillars and alabaster pillars. And this central bit here was just, I don't know, I had some leftover pillars. I'll put some stuff here. Hey. This is the inside bit of the main structure of where I've actually housed all my stuff. Now you bounce up on the spring traps there from level to level, but I didn't go up there. But we'll cut some pictures right about now. There we go. You'll see each level's kind of different. You got the holes where you bounce up. That's kind of the middle layer. Here we've got the actual crafting area that I have. This is where I did all my crafting. And up above here, the top floor, all the chests were absolutely crammed with things. And obviously I have my pink bed there, because why wouldn't you not have a pink bed? You have the option. It's pink. It's amazing. Here we'll just run around and show you this area in a bit more detail. It's kind of a bit bare because I felt like there wasn't anything to put here. I mean, I could put crates or barrels, but I felt like they just clutter up, so I kind of kept it a bit more clear, just so, I don't know, I suppose I gave it a bit more emphasis about the tavern area there with the tables and chairs and the marketplace. I didn't want to place things for the sake of placing them, because it felt kind of counterproductive, really. You know, it's like you've got a nice area, and there's a saying, you know, more is less and less is more or something. I don't know. Here's that canopy that you saw from below. Oh, this bit here, you see with all the window shutters, that's where the candles were behind. At night you could actually see the candles and it lit up really well. I don't unfortunately have a screenshot of it, but just take my word for it. You saw the pillars just a second ago. This is the view below. I'm glad I got this in the sunlight. It looks really cool. I really like the colours of the stones in the sunlight. They're really vibrant. They don't have the same kind of vibrancy from the braziers or the torches, but I mean they're still good. But I mean, you see the green there, it's very bright. This is the other side of my tower, I guess I called it. More chain links. The gold chain links, incidentally, all the ones you see around. How many ore was it? I think it was 5,000 gold ore in the end I used to create all those chain links. You can take the gold ore, you turn them into rods and things. Anyway, I'll start rambling about resources. This is kind of towards the gallery or museum, as people were describing. I could never settle on a kind of thing. But you see here, there's like little blocks of each block you can find in the game there. You got your dirt, your wood, your metal blocks, the airship there on the left. Interestingly, the braziers there are blue PvP metal and red PvP metal, which you can only get from PvP. But they're much more vibrant than the blue steel or Roseanne, which was very nice. Oh, there's me on the right. Hey, Dave. That's my name instead. Boomkin. Anyway, the idea behind this museum, now I won't talk about any specific creations, and more just give kind of a glossary over it, is this is all of the items that I could currently create in the game. And as I understand it, or understood it, if you will, I had the recipes for everything. It took a while, and I got some from some people, thank you. You know who you are, because otherwise I'd be here mentioning them. But one of the things that SkySaga does is very cool, and I like a lot, and I know other games do it too, but you can mix and match materials you use in the recipes, and you'll see from the video that I've done that. It's like you've got 4 types of wood, so you can mix and match those. You've got different types of metals, and lots of different types of sheets and strips. But some of the combinations are so vast that I just couldn't do it. It just take too long, and for some of them I ran out of resources. For example, these drying racks here, you notice there's brown kind of hides drying on them, or tanning if you will, because that's what it is. There's actually blue leather in Alpha 3, or was anyway, and I didn't have any left. And I thought about going to get some, but I said, the wood's enough. And it was just like, oh, that's a secret entrance. I always have a secret entrance. There's some benches there, but I'll get distracted by the things again. For example, the tapestries. Now, the way that you could do the combinations, there's 4 types of wood. There were 7 types of sheets you could find, and I think there was about 4 or 5 different kind of strips, and each of these had different combinations of those materials. But if you can imagine, you could have, for example, one tapestry with, let's say, beech wood, and then you've got beech wood with each different kind of sheet, so that's 7 types of sheets, and then you've got the 5 different types of strips. So for beech, and then let's say orange, then you'd have the orange with each type of strip. And oh god, yeah, that was, that would be too much and way too resource intensive. So I kind of went for more of a glossary kind of thing, overview of it all. For example, these tapestry here is exactly what I was just talking about. These are just examples of various different combinations you can make. I mean, if it was just out of the metals or the stone, then it's fine because there's only 7 types of stone, or and metals was only kind of 4. Except these here. There was actually sandstone one of them, which isn't an easy resource to get. But here you can see all these statues. You use carved stone to do those. They were actually quite intensive to make. It's not that carved stone's bad, it's just it takes a long time. But this is a secret entrance, and where it comes out, I'm sure you'll notice that it was the marketplace, the very start. I like putting secret entrances. And if you saw my video from the Halls of Heroes, you should go check it out. And also KAI Spartan's video, so that's very good. See his giant chessboard. But yes, this was kind of the museum. The idea behind it is to show everything that was in game in as many combinations as I could possibly make. And it took a while, and I did it mostly because I wanted to physically see as many combinations as I want, but I also had a load of materials left over. I thought, what can I do with these? And I thought, I know, I'll do this. And you know, for example here, these things are called gongs. I think they're getting renamed in Alpha 4, but you can see they're each made with a different type of stone, and then it's different kind of like bolts that were in the middle. And you got sarcophagi here, the cauldrons. And I've rambled on for so long. How are you still listening to me? I have no idea. But yes, it's oh, these are the pictures at the end. So I guess this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, just reply to the video or on the forums, and I'll quite happily answer them. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later.